Hi everyone, the days are lengthening, the birdsong returns and the scent of fresh earth is carried on the wind. It's Ostara the Spring Equinox, a sacred moment of perfect balance between light and dark, winter and summer, rest and renewal. While Ostara is often associated with Germanic traditions, the Celtic peoples, especially in Scotland, also mark the arrival of spring with reverence, weaving rich folklore, symbols and seasonal rituals into daily life. In this video, I'll be talking about the deeper meaning of the spring equinox in a Celtic context, folklore and myths specific to Scottish tradition, and practical, beautiful rituals you can do today to honour this turning point. So light a candle, brew your favourite tea, and let's step into the magic of spring. At the spring equinox, we experience a moment of equilibrium, equal light, equal dark. It's a time of liminality, standing at the threshold between winter's stillness and summer's abundance. In the Wheel of the Year, Ostara is celebrated widely, though the name itself stems from Germanic roots connected to the goddess Ostara. But similar seasonal celebrations were deeply felt by the Celtic peoples, whose spirituality revolved around nature's rhythms. In modern Druidry, which draws inspiration from ancient Celtic practices, the spring equinox is known as Alban Ilir, light of the earth. It honours the earth awakening, animals emerging from hibernation, and the fertile promise of new life. In Scotland, the focus at this time would naturally be on the land, the cycles of planting and growing, and observing the balance and power of nature, so vital in a landscape known for its raw beauty and wild elements. Many scholars suggest that though the Celts may not have had a formal Ostara festival, the themes of fertility, balance and renewal were woven into their stories, seasonal customs and agricultural life. And that's where we find rich inspiration. Let's delve deeper into some beautiful Scottish folklore that aligns perfectly with the energy of Ostara. In Celtic lands, especially in the Scottish countryside, the hare was seen as a mystical creature, connected to the moon, intuition and fertility. It was said that the hare could move between worlds, acting as a messenger between the physical and spiritual realms. Interestingly, some scholars believe the modern association of eggs and hares with Easter has pre-Christian roots, connected to fertility rites and spring celebrations. So when you see hares in Scottish folklore, they're not just animals, they're symbols of the life force stirring beneath the soil. One of the most sacred trees in Scottish folklore, the Rowan, was known as the Tree of Life. It was often planted near homes for protection against malevolent forces and as a symbol of new beginnings. The delicate five-pointed star in the Rowan's berry and its bright red colour connect it to both the life force and the protective energies ideal for this time of year. Spring was the season when rowan leaves began to bud again, a sign that life was returning. One of my favourite stories from Scottish mythology at this time of year centres on the Cailleach, the ancient winter goddess often depicted as an old hag with immense power over storms, cold and the land's barrenness. Legend says that at the spring equinox the Cailleach casts down her staff, sometimes under a gorse bush, and her reign ends. Some versions of the tale suggest she transforms into stone or even into a maiden, returning to youth as the seasons turn. It's a powerful reminder of nature's cycles of death and rebirth, decay and vitality. Old Scottish proverbs reflect how keenly people observed March winds, rains and sudden warmth. March comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb. The shifting, unpredictable weather wasn't seen as random. It was the earth stirring, clearing, making way for growth. Now let's bring this rich folklore into our modern practice with these simple yet deeply meaningful rituals. Take a mindful walk in nature, whether it's a forest, a park, or simply your garden. As you walk, gather fallen items, twigs, early flowers, stones, often a small gift back to the land, oats, water, or a piece of natural fabric tied to a tree, echoing the Scottish Clootie Well tradition. Speak your gratitude aloud to the spirits of place and spring's return. Instead of typical designs, paint or dye your eggs with spirals, triskelets, knotwork, or rowan leaves. Each symbol carries intention, fertility, protection, or creativity. Once decorated, place them on your altar or bury them as an offering to the earth. If you can find rowan branches or berries, or respectfully collect them, bind them into a small charm using red thread. Hang it over your door or near your altar. Traditionally, Scottish households created rowan crosses for protection and to bless the home, especially at times of seasonal change. At dusk, light 2 candles, one black or dark and one white. Sit quietly. Reflect on the balance of light and shadow in your life. What needs to be released as winter's grip fades? As you extinguish the dark candle, visualise letting go of stagnation. Then focus on the white candle's flame, inviting in growth, hope and renewal. Find a stone, branch or staff-like stick. Hold it, honouring the lessons of winter, rest, introspection and stillness. Then place it outside under a tree or near your doorway, symbolising the Cailleach laying down her staff. Offer thanks for her protection during the dark months and welcome spring's warmth. And some journaling prompts. What seeds, literal or symbolic, do I want to plant this season? Where in my life am I ready to grow, to emerge from hibernation? What patterns or energies am I releasing as the light returns? Use the energy of balance and spend time with these questions. Ostara reminds us that balance is fleeting yet sacred, just like this moment where day and night are equal. In honouring the old ways, whether it's through walking gently on the land, weaving rowan charms or lighting a candle, you're reconnecting with the rhythms your ancestors lived by, and the natural world invites you to do the same. I'd love to hear how you plan to celebrate Ostara. Do you have your own spring rituals, perhaps inspired by Scottish or Celtic traditions? Please share them in the comments. I'd love to hear how you are all honouring this magical time. And if this video resonated, please give it a like, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll be sharing more videos on the Wheel of the Year as it turns and more on Scottish folklore. Wishing you a blessed Ostara and a season full of light, renewal and growth. Take care.